Okay, hello everybody. Okay, so today what we're going to do is we are going to do an updated read in this Suzanne Morphew case and see where things are standing, what she's feeling, what she's thinking, maybe even get some help as to, what's going on, so maybe we can find her remains. So I'm going to ask, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, hit that notification bell. Please give this video a like and share this out where you can. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to ask the ancestors to connect with Suzanne Morphew for Suzanne's spirit guides. Anything, Suzanne, that you would like to share with us? How are you feeling at this point in the case? Let's start there. How are you feeling right now, Suzanne, with where things are at in the case? How are you feeling with where things are at in the case? Okay, let me just put my chair in here a bit. Okay, we have the transmission, we have the natural, and we have the nobility. So I asked how she is feeling about the case right now. As you can see here, it's like the two females. She's talking about her daughters here. She's talking about the spreading of conditions, the influence and impact that this is all having on her daughters. And I believe that she is saying that Barry is influencing them and having that impact on them. He's not telling them good things about their mother. Okay, so then I get the natural and the nobility. She's having a really hard time. I think this is all connected with the daughters. Because she's saying that Barry's not being authentic or real, and disparaging her standards, the honor of her, and the ideals of their mom. Like, he is disparaging her like you would not believe. Suzanne, why are your daughters taking Barry's side? Last day in the light. I asked why she felt the daughters were taking the father's side, and I've got her last day in the light talks about surprise changes, unexpected endings. The sadness is shifting. So it's like, I think they've come to the realization, and this is what Suzanne is giving us, that they have lost their mom, and now they're afraid of losing their dad. So they're going to gravitate towards him because now he's all they have. But he's also been saying lies to them about their mother. What else can you tell us? I've got 3 here. I've got death rights, I got ecstasy, and I got call for help. With the call for help, I'm getting that he has told his daughters, without the help of them, that, and the need for the backup from them, that he is going to be going to jail for the rest of his life. So he needs them to stand by him. He needs them to stand by him. The ecstasy, it's about rapturing stuff. So it's like I think he has told them, like, look at, you're going to be parentless. You got to help me. You got to stand by me. Look at, and this is what, I think he's said a lot of stuff about Suzanne that is not true to gain them coming over to his side and protecting him. Death rights. It's about saying goodbye. It's just like, you know, she's gone. She's not here to help you anymore. I am. But if you don't help me, okay, the call for help. If you don't help me, then you're going to lose me too, and I'm going to be gone too, and you guys are going to be parentless. Okay, so what does Suzanne now think about what's happening in court? What do you think, Suzanne, about how things are going in court? Do you think that Barry is going to be found guilty? Do you think the truth is going to come out? Please. Okay, so we asked about what she thinks about what's going on in court right now, what she thinks the outcome is going to be. Is he going to go to jail? Is he going to be found guilty? I've got faith. I've got death will come. And I've got the nightmare. Okay, so what this is telling me is, yes, she has faith. she is saying that you guys have, we've all got to have the trust and unwavering confidence that he is going to be found guilty. She says that death will come. Now, death will come, okay, with this card could mean a lot of things, like the ending of something. But right now, he's in a fragile state. So she thinks when this comes to an ending, he may try to take his life, okay, because he is going to be found guilty. He's going to spend the rest of his days in jail. And we also got the nightmare. Bad dreams. I think he's having nightmares regarding this and what's going to happen to him. But she does feel that he is going to be found guilty. Okay, what are your daughters going to do, Suzanne, when their father is found guilty? Will they finally honor you? What do you think your daughters, how are they going to react, Suzanne, when their father is found guilty? I was going to find. Ooh. Okay, so we've got the knowledge, we've got the rebellion, and we've got the eternal youth. So I asked her what her daughters are going to do when Barry is found guilty. They're going to rebel. They're going to rebel. So this is going to be a long process. He's going to appeal it all, and they are going to go on the warpath. They're going to start investigating on their own, maybe a little bit more. I think they're going to learn that maybe Barry is involved. Sorry, I had to take a sip of my coffee there. But they're still going to gain as much knowledge as they can so they can rebel and they can fight for their dad. Okay? They're going to bring new information in the fight for him. So I don't know what that's going to be, but they're going to try and bring out some maybe new news, maybe a few more lies, you know what I mean? Okay, Suzanne, is your physical remains ever going to be found? pray. Enlightenment. Enlightenment. And call of the night. So I asked if she is ever going to be found. I've got pray and stalked. I believe that Barry is watching the area where he disposed of her. I think that this is going to enlighten somebody. Somebody's going to catch him. Somebody's going to see him going back to the area, or when, you know, when he goes by this area, slowing down, taking a peek, whatever. He's watching the area, and I think that somebody is going to see him, or something's going to show that he is constantly going back and forth to this, or slowing down, or spending a little bit too much time in a certain area. And somebody is going to bring it to light. So I believe that she is, maybe not all of her remains, but I do believe at some point some of her remains are going to be found, and it's going to be Barry that gives it up himself. It's going to be because he keeps going back and forth to that area, or as he's going near that area, kind of slows down to take a peek just to make sure she isn't found. But I do find it odd that he wanted to go back to that area to stay, like within 100 feet or so, or 100 yards, whatever they were saying, from the Puma Path home. There's a reason, you guys, why he went back there when he could have stayed in Maysville, Salida, Poncha Springs. He could have stayed anywhere, but he chose to go back to the Puma Path area. There's a reason, and I believe it's to keep an eye on where she is. So I do believe that parts of her are going to be found. Let's do another deck here. Let's go with this. Suzanne, why do you think that Barry went back to the Puma Path area? Why do you think Barry went back to the Puma Path area once he was released? Whoa. Okay, so we got Estefana. We've got Jocelyn. We've got Camila. And we've got Jenna. Chains, bondage, and release. Defiant, persistent, defiant. Enlightenment, she who emerges in stillness and quiet. I do believe, and I'm getting a lot of water here. Water, water, water. I do believe that it's near that creek that runs along the back of their house. I do believe that she is buried. Her physical remains are somewhere, and I still say under that creek bed. I'm getting a lot of water. Camila is she who emerges, and you see this, she's in water, so something's gonna come up. Something's gonna come up, and it's gonna be found. Maybe a bone or something is gonna come up out of the water. But he's still gonna be defiant. Okay, Jocelyn talks about being persistent and defiant, so I think he's worried about maybe things coming up, but I do see something coming up out of the water. The change bond, see this again with the water? Estefana stands for change and release. So I do think that there's going to be a change there. and a bone or something is going to come up. Something's going to be found there. And again here, she's in the water. See, she's in the water here. And it talks about stillness, quiet, purity. Yeah, there's going to be something that comes up out of this water. And I think it's going to be a body part. And it's going to release. The water's going to release. This talks, Estefana talks about releasing. So I do believe a chains bondage releasing. I do believe that a bone or something is going to rise in that water, or the ground, or something there, wherever he is hidden her remains. It's going to come to the surface. Something is going to come to the surface, and it's going to be found. But he's going to still be defiant. He's still going to be saying, it's not him, it's not him, I didn't do it. Are the girls in danger, Suzanne? Are your girls in danger from Barry? Will he do anything to the girls? Will he harm them? Okay, I've got Futura, choices and judgment. And I've got Aturna, talks about journeys. So, Futura talks about the future, the choices, and judgment. So, there's going to be some judgment passed. Aturna is who she becomes, okay? So, it's like, maybe when this is found, the daughters are going to have a different outlook. And they're going to pass a new judgment, because I see a new judgment coming with this. So this may be the thing that changes their mind. Okay, what is Barry going to do when these partial remains of you are found, Suzanne? What is he going to do? Blue and Blanche. It's going to bring light to the situation, and it's about somebody he once loved. So when these bones or remains are found, it is going to be Suzanne, and he is going to freak out, because this is going to be somebody he once loved, and it's going to come to light. So even though it's going to be just, I think, skeletal, it's going to tell what he did to her. There's going to be injury to the body about what he did to her. Can you give us maybe a time frame of when this will happen? Spring, summer, winter, fall. When will they find you, Suzanne? She who flies toward your reach. It's going to be a surprise. And I'm seeing butterflies. So I think maybe spring. There's going to be a discovery and revelation. I believe spring. She who flies. I think that there's going to be something spring. And he may lead them to that. Remember in the last decks that we used, he keeps checking on the area. She who is present, the awareness and acceptance. I believe it's going to be spring. And the now and acceptance may be her daughters finally accepting what their father did. But I'm getting spring. She is wild, untamed, wild, and mysterious. And you see she's in like amongst the trees and stuff. So I do believe it's going to be springtime that she is finally found. And lastly, I'm going to grab a couple cards from the dark mirror to see why Barry did this. Why did Barry feel? I'm just shuffling right now, you guys. Okay, so why did Barry feel the need to murder Suzanne? Why did he murder you, Suzanne? Can you tell us why he murdered you? Black flower fragrance. Anger. Okay, so we got the black flower fragrance. We got I Won't Cry for You and Anger in Chains. So I do believe he was angry. You can see here we got the anger in chains. He was really angry with her. We got the I Won't Cry for You. And as you can see, we've got the blood and everything coming out of this woman's eyes. He did take her life. And he did it in a fit of anger, probably over the black flower fragrance. This is an ending to something coming to an end. And I believe that this was Suzanne finally leaving him. And this angered him. So he decided to take her out. She was chosen. We also got the other animals here in the background, which could represent his daughters, maybe a fear of losing the daughters. Maybe Suzanne was going to be telling the daughters about what he had been up to, what he had been doing, the torment that he put her through. And he's going to make sure that the daughters are on his side. But you can see the blood coming from her eyes. He murdered her. He murdered her because he was angry with her. Angry over the black flower fragrance. This is a loss. This is something coming to an end. So to me, that's why he murdered her, because she was leaving him. And I mean, this is just solidifying that for me yet again. Okay, so like I said, if you guys have not subscribed, I ask, please subscribe. Please hit that notification bell. Please give this video a like. Share it out where you can. It really helps the channel out a lot. I want to thank you all for taking the time to look at my read. And maybe this brings out just a little bit more, but I feel like she's going to be found in spring. A bone or something is going to come to the surface is what the card showed me. So that's what I believe is going to happen. We're going to have to wait and see. And then we will have this read to go back on and look when that happens. Okay? So until the next time, you guys, please take care of yourselves. Please stay safe. I love you to the moon and back. Bye-bye for now.